Hi all, today we'll discuss about trigonometry, major functions for trigonometry. What are they? Sine, cosine, tan. Okay, in M1. In M2, we'll extend that to secant, cosecant, cotangent. Okay, so check this now. Question 1. Go ahead. If 0 degree is less than theta less than 90, theta means the angle, then which of the following is equivalent, it's not, because this is a multiple choice question. So what is equivalent to cosine theta over tan theta plus sine theta? So in this case, if I want to say, I want the equivalent to this, there is an identity in M1, I need to memorize it, which is sine squared plus cosine squared is equal to what? To 1. So in the place of tan, and I know that tan theta is equal to sine over cosine, so I replace tan with sine over cosine. So that's, in this case, cosine theta is equal to sine over what? Cosine plus what? Sine theta. So I just explained in chapter 2 in fractions. If we do divide on fraction, we do reciprocals, right? So that's going to be cosine theta divide sine over cosine plus sine theta. Okay, so in this case, we do multiplication now. Okay, so in this case, cosine theta times cosine theta over sine plus sine theta. Yeah, okay, now that's going to be cosine square over sine theta plus sine theta. If I want to do unite denominator, that's going to be sine theta, and here we multiply times sine, as you can see here. So it's going to be times sine theta times sine theta. So at the end, that's going to be cosine theta square plus sine square at the end. This identity, as I explained here, it's equal to how much? 1. So in the place of cosine square plus sine square, that's the answer is going to be 1 over sine theta. That's the answer for this. Okay, just regardless of which of the following means, it's a question, a multiple choice question. Usually I just take out the multiple choice because I want to train you how you can solve it with your hand, not look at the choices. Of course, this is not the method, but this is like doing a harder job, makes you like feel comfortable, more comfortable, okay, in seeing the questions and dealing with the questions, okay, in the M1 exam. So let's go for question 2. So question 2. The question is telling me simplify this expression. If I want to simplify this expression, how can I do that? I know that tan square is what? Tan sine square over cosine square. That's tan cosine square plus what? Cosine square. Cosine square cancels with cosine square. What's remaining? It's sine square plus what? Cosine square, and that's equal to how much, guys? 1. So the answer for this question is 1. Usually, I use two identities. The tan, which is sine over cosine, and cosine cancels with cosine. So sine square plus cosine square is equal to how much? 1. Okay, this is end of question 2. Let's go for question 3. Okay, now question 3. See, again, I want to simplify this expression. Okay, I'm really sorry. I will rewrite it. So it's sine over 4 theta minus cosine over 4 theta all over cosine square theta minus sine square theta. Okay, so in this case, sine power 4 minus cosine power 4. I will use in this case, this is power 2, okay? I will use in this case the difference between two squares. The difference between two squares, that a squared minus b squared, that's equal to a minus b times a plus b, okay? A minus b plus a times a plus b. So in this case, we can make, that's going to be the first bracket, second bracket, sine square minus cosine square, and here sine square, okay, sine square plus cosine square. Well, let me just make it in a proper way again. One second. So Again, the brackets. Sine square, sine square plus cosine square, and here sine square minus cosine square all over cosine square minus sine square. Sine over cosine, yes, okay, sine over cosine, okay, fine. In this case, guys, what can I do? This is sine, cosine, sine, cosine. There is like a relation between these two, but I need to change the sign. I need to change the sign. So I put -1. That's, of course, this is equal to 1, right? So if I want to change the sign, that's going to be negative open bracket cosine square minus sine square all over cosine square minus sine square. So I just put the negative sign, this cancels this, and the answer is what? -1. Okay? This is the answer for this solution. The other question. Okay. So in question 4, consider the triangle with an inner angle which is equal to x and x is less than 90. If cosine x is 3/5 and sine x is equal to 4/5, what is tan? Easy way. Tan is equal sine over cosine. And that's it. The sine is what? 4/5 divide 3/5. Remember chapter 2, so 4/5 multiply 5/3. This 5 cancels, so the answer is 4/3. The answer is what? 4/3. Okay? So dealing with tan, tan is equal to sine over cosine. That's it. Okay? Last question, question 5. See, the question for the above triangle, okay? O is equal to 21 and A is equal to 8. Find theta. See, the answer is already there. But check, how can I find the angle? Since I have these two, I know that tan theta is equal opposite over adjacent. And if it's sine, opposite over hypotenuse. And if it's cosine, adjacent over hypotenuse. So remember always, if I want to solve to get the theta, I will get what? Tan inverse of what? What is the opposite? O, which is how much is equal to 21, over what's the adjacent, in this case is equal to 8. And I put tan inverse because I want to get the angle. I don't want to get the ratio, I want to get the angle. In this case, the answer is going to be 69.1. And always make sure to put your degree mode, okay? Because in M1 we use only degrees, no radians. Radians in M2. Thank you very much for watching. See you later on other chapters. Bye bye.